I like the idea of a very small device, or indeed a human being, controlling or driving, or however you like to say it, a very large piece of machinery. So in this video, we're just going to explore the little 3-cent microcontroller, the old PMS150C, controlling a stepper motor. Let's see how it goes. What on earth are we looking at? Well, let's turn it on. It may or may not help. No, it doesn't help. So this is the famous 3-cent microcontroller, the PMS150C from Padauk, and it's feeding signals in a certain order, a sequence if you like, to this ULN2003 module. That's a Darlington array basically, so just for amplification. For some reason known only to the designers, there's also 4 LEDs. And they don't give away a lot of information. I suppose they are pretty, but you don't need the module to run this. And this is the 28BYJ-48 stepper motor. And these two things are often sold together. So what I've got is just some code on here, which is alternating between clockwise and anti-clockwise for a random amount of time. So it's generating some pseudo-random numbers inside here, and if they're even it goes one way, and if they're odd it goes the other way, and then the numbers determine for how long it actually turns for. So that's it. On an Arduino Uno, it's a 2-minute coding job, no big deal. On the A2813, pretty much the same. The translation to an A2813 is pretty trivial, going from one AVR to another AVR. But going to the Padauk, there were some issues, particularly as it turns out with data types. So this is the the 1K version. It really doesn't like the larger data types, and so to get around that, the random numbers that it's generating are just 1 byte long. I had to do some bitwise operations to work out whether it's even or not, and some other bits and pieces. All the work for this project is really in the coding, and all of that is on the blog. So please visit that if you want to see how this was put together and how you can actually program the Padauk programmers for, in this case, output. We have seen them before when we're looking at PWM, so that's fine. This is straight on-off digital writing to those GPIOs. And next I want to try maybe some input. Particularly this is difficult because it doesn't have ADC, it's got a comparator instead. So in order to do something, a reading coming in, which is analog, say from a potentiometer, then that's going to be more difficult, or different at least, to just doing like an analog read like you would with an Arduino. So that's pretty much it. There's a fair bit of current coming in, so make sure that you've got separate wires for your ULN2003 and your motor here as to your microcontroller. So this can definitely not drive that. In fact, this has so little output that I don't even have any current limiting resistors on these little LEDs indicating odd and even, or if you like, clockwise and anti-clockwise motion on Tony Dancer here. So that is the circuit working for this week. It's a short one. As I said, all the work's in the code. Putting this together is pretty trivial, and there's plenty of examples out there on the internet. Hope you have a good week. See you next time.